Hey guys, so this is Pinja. I had promised a question and answer video for Henry and his brothers. I will say this is my very first time doing something like this. Thankfully to my followers, they did actually ask some questions, which was really exciting because I could never do something like this before. I'm going to start off with the first question. How does Henry get along with everyone else in the hotel? This is something I still have to think about because Henry's character isn't fully developed, and I honestly don't know all of his character yet and his personality. As of now, I would say that Henry, obviously he likes Angel. That's just fact. Charlie is his best friend. They're very close. He really admires Charlie. Husk he despises. He really doesn't like Husk. Sometimes he admires him for, I don't know, like, he just has, like, common sense, I guess. I think that's what it is. But Henry does like that, but the majority he doesn't like Husk because Husk doesn't like him. Husk doesn't like Henry because when he's drunk, he's not a very good person to be around. Henry's very loud, obnoxious, and I'm still like a little bit like on and off with this one. Like I think he is very emotional when he drinks and stuff. So I don't know. It's like yes, he gets really emotional, but he also can be very fun. So I think he's like a big roller coaster, and he's so unpredictable. And Husk hates dealing with him because when Henry's drunk, he goes out to anyone, because he goes to anybody that's around him, and Husk is usually the first one because he's at the bar drunk. So he's like, you know, drunk, and he's like, maybe he's crying about an argument he had with Angel, and Husk's like, I don't want to hear about it because, you know, I don't imagine Husk wanting to deal with other people's problems. He's not that empathetic guy, you know. Alistair, on the other hand, like him, I really don't know much about him. All I know is he's supposed to be a bad guy in the show, but he's really charming. So I'm like, could he possibly be a good guy? Probably not. I'd say their relationship, Henry's very wary of Alistair. Henry is not a big fan of overlords. It depends, because Henry is very like he reads a lot and he listens a lot. Like you know, he watches the news a lot, or the Hell's News, whatever. I'm sure he's listened to the radio before because that was something he did back in the day, so I'm sure that's something that's more familiar to him too. So I'd imagine him doing that too. And basically he knows who Alistair is really well, and he doesn't trust him. And I would imagine Henry being that kind of person who's not quite confident and lacks in a lot of like ability. I would imagine Alistair wanting to make like these demonic deals with him and try to say, oh, I could make your life better, or you know, just stuff like that. And Henry's like, I know who you are, I don't want anything to do with you. He doesn't hate him, but he doesn't trust him. Nifty and Henry, I would say they're more acquaintances. That's how you say that? They know each other. I would imagine Nifty liking Henry because Henry is pretty clean. He makes sure to clean after his mess or pick up after himself and all that kind of stuff. And unlike a lot of the other patients in the hotel, they don't usually like to pick their messes up. But Henry is very good about it. And so I'd imagine Nifty kind of being thankful that she has like one less job to do. Henry and Vaggie, on the other hand, I'm completely not sure. I have no idea who Vaggie is. I'm really conflicted with her character because at first I liked her, and then I didn't like her, and then I liked her, and now I'm just like, I don't know. Next question. Gotta open up my phone again. Henry likes boys, but what is his sexuality? He likes boys. He doesn't like girls. He's just gay. Okay, next question. Does Henry have a demon power? Okay, yes, he does. It's a weird power that I was really debating on giving him, because it's hell, you don't really have good powers. You usually have something that's bad, or that's kind of neutral, that could be good and bad. But what he has is healing powers. Now, I know, like I said, it's weird, and Henry doesn't like the fact that he can heal. Like, he doesn't like the power of himself. He's just like, this is a really weird and cringy ass, like, power to have as a demon. It is the exact reason why Henry and Angel are pretty much together. At least why Henry likes Angel. Which I still need to make the comic, which I did the first panel, but it needs to redo because I didn't know how to draw Angel that well then. He's extremely hard, especially profile view. If you draw him profile view, it's really hard. I've had so much trouble with that, and his hair is so aggravating. So, next question. Is Fat Nugget's friend or food? So yes, so Henry, obviously Fat Nuggets to him is a friend, not food. Henry is actually probably going to be a vegetarian. I just don't see him eating meat, really. The thought of eating Fat Nuggets to him just sounds disgusting. Or any pig in that matter sounds disgusting to him. Okay, next question. So this one I have actually been needing to talk about, and it got brought up. This person said, who was raping Elizabeth, and why did Henry kill Elizabeth even though he hated his brothers? So this is something, so I did that little comic thing, and I will say that needs a huge redo. I myself is just like, delete it, get rid of it, because I'm like, I just don't like it anymore. It was my very first time on expressing any character backstory in a comic. I've always written it down, and writing is so much easier than drawing it. At least for me anyway. Drawing is a lot harder, so I can't usually express all of it at once. And now that I've been like thinking about it and kind of developing other characters like Samuel and Victor, it really just doesn't go with it. It's basically worthless. Basically, it's like, yes, Henry almost killed Elizabeth. That is fact. But he didn't kill her. In the comic, you're supposed to think he kills her, which I don't know why I did that. To this day, I don't know why. But I wanted to do it that way. I thought it'd be a cool thing, and then now I realize, Henry almost killed her, and basically decided to do otherwise. He was like, no, I can't do it. I have the reason, I have it all thought out now, I think, so I'm gonna release a new version of it. Hopefully it's better, and hopefully it's a bit more understanding. Next question is Elizabeth in heaven or hell? Yes, she is in heaven, not hell. Where and when did he die? What happened? He died on the Titanic with his brothers. He drowned in his room. He was locked up in his room. He didn't know why he was locked up in his room. He didn't lock his door or anything. He could not get out. Somebody's asked, how is Henry? Or me? How are you? That's what they asked. I don't know if they meant me or Henry. I'm doing good. How is Henry? Good, I guess. I don't know. I don't really have an answer for that question. Where did Henry and his siblings live? As human, they lived in the UK. Him and his brothers were born in Israel, actually. and they didn't move until Henry was about 5 or 6. I believe that's kind of like around the time he left the country. I actually hint at this. I actually put the UK flag in one of Henry's posts. Oh, one last thing. I forgot. I was supposed to reveal for a 500 follower, which thank you guys so much. It means the world to me that there's like freaking 500 million people. 500 million? What the? No, 500. Oh my god, 500. Thank you all so much for giving me the chance to express my story with them and be patient with me with their character development, because good lord, I am so sorry with all this junk. It's so messed up. Okay, but I did promise a big spoiler with the thing. I think it's a big spoiler. I don't know. I imagine it is, but I hope it's not too disappointing. So with Elizabeth, I said that she was in heaven. She is indeed in heaven. When she died, Samuel and Elizabeth did not know that when she died, she was pregnant. And basically, Elizabeth and Samuel do have a child. And the child is in heaven with Elizabeth, and Elizabeth is currently raising the child in heaven right now. So yes, thank you. And thank you all for 500, yes, 500, I was about to say 500 million, 500 followers. Goodbye.